The following is a demonstration of how we combine sustainability and stakeholder data to provide a holistic ESG profile for an organization. We start by looking at the ESG data and all the different frameworks that are out there for sustainability reporting. So, for example, if we go into SASB, what we're able to do is that we're able to recreate any kind of indicator from these frameworks and add any kind of questions that's required to compile that information. Now, what we're also able to do is to combine indicators from different frameworks in order to provide a more bespoke classification to the organization, so they can combine indicators from SASB and GRI, and then we select which projects are going to be doing the compilation and the reporting. And here, once we have basically decided on which framework we're going to use, we can look at it, we can monitor how the compilation process is happening, whether information is within threshold or not, and then we can actually communicate with the different investments or business units to basically, if there's any lacking of data, to get that data automatically. We can also look at a heat map and understand from all the different investments which ones have, in this case, the most greenhouse gas intensity. Now, we're also able to pull this data into dashboards so that we can do trends analysis and benchmark to further understand the dynamics of our investments. Finally, when we're looking at stakeholder data, we're looking at it from the perspective of one of those investments or projects. So here on the left-hand side, we're looking at a network of stakeholders for this project. We can easily identify what kind of stakeholders they are based on their color coding. And we can also filter. So for example, show me stakeholders that have 15 or more relationships. And in this case, 350.org is the only stakeholder that has that amount of relationships, and we can see here all the network of relationships that they have. So clearly, by communicating and influencing this stakeholder, the propagation effect could be very significant. Now, we can also drill down into the stakeholder record, not only to see which projects they are part of, what is their profile in terms of interest, influence, etc., what's their network of influence, but we can also document any kind of interaction that we had with that stakeholder. So it's all in one single source of truth in a stakeholder record, so we can manage that relationship in real time. What we're also able to do is to monitor for each one of these projects and each one of these key material ESG issues, what are the type of interactions that are happening and what is the status of that interaction. So we get really granular with this kind of information. How we bring it all together is in this kind of holistic dashboards, in this case looking at a materiality assessment, where you're looking at the issues that are most important for the organization, but you're also trying to understand what is the stakeholder perspective on those issues. And the way that we'll do that is by actually measuring all the different interactions with that stakeholder and assigning different weights based on the different types of interactions that we're talking about. So then we can combine all of it and look at it in one single view where you can look at the network, the analytics, the risks and opportunities, etc. Finally, we're able to combine all this qualitative data and answer quantitative questions like, for example, are we investing the resources in the areas where the stakeholders are most concerned with? And here you can see the different areas of concern, human rights, labor standards, etc. And you can see which projects I'm actually investing a proper amount or which projects are under investment. By doing this, we're able to look at all this qualitative data, correlate it, and derive some insights for decision making. This concludes the demonstration of the Esgtrust technology. Thank you.